please be seated. Hello, everyone. For those who do not know me, my name is Vanessa Zito, and I've had the privilege and honor of serving as the Student Council President for this past year. On behalf of the class of 2025, I would like to welcome you to the 47th commencement ceremony at the Benjamin School. It's hard to believe that we are already at this point, and that this is the last time I will be speaking at this podium. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that sometimes the truest of statements are the most cliche ones. Time really does fly. Just yesterday, it felt like the first day of freshman year, where I'm sure most of us were as nervous as we were excited. Today is the day that we've been looking forward to since that very first day. And time, as it always seems to do, has snuck up on us. While this ceremony only lasts around 90 minutes, it's a celebration of years of dedication that is a testament to our growth, not just as students, but as individuals ready to embrace the unknown of the next chapter. Maybe I'm biased, but I truly believe that our class is the definition of second to none. We have been offered admission to over 160 institutions, won countless sports titles, including multiple state championships, brought numerous clubs and organizations to Benjamin, and have been consistent leaders both in and out of the classroom. After just completing my 15th year at Benjamin, I can confidently say that this place is woven into who I am. My earliest memories were formed here, and now so too are my latest. From watching chicks hatch in kindergarten, taking Miss Hogan's Greek mythology class in 5th grade, launching rockets in 8th, and now graduating in 12th, Benjamin has been the home of it all. These past 4 years have especially gone by in the blink of an eye, so I would like to take a moment to reminisce. Flashback 4 years ago to our freshman year when everything started anew. We knew the next 4 years would be challenging, but rewarding nonetheless. We got used to our new schedules, learned our way around, and used our lockers for maybe a total of 5 days before we realized it was normalized at Benjamin to wear a backpack to class every day. Then as quickly as the year had started, it ended, and we were sophomores. This was a year of newfound freedom, where we could start exploring our interests more in school and on the road, as we all got our licenses, unless you accidentally drove on the sidewalk during the test like I did. And just like that, we were halfway through high school and junior year arrived, and boy did it arrive. Between the AP course load, SAT and ACT prep, and college counseling meetings, I think I'm speaking for the majority when I say that that year felt like Survivor. Despite all this, we somehow made it alive and made it to senior year. This year was a year of many lasts. Our last first day of school, last homecoming football game, last prom, and even though I never thought the day would come, the last rugby test. But in the midst of all these lasts, we created countless memories that will stay with us forever. Winnie the Pooh once said, "How lucky am I that I have something that makes saying goodbye so hard? And how lucky am I? How lucky are we to be able to relate to this quotation in a way that most others cannot? Leaving is hardest when what you are leaving behind is rare. A community that is more supportive than anything. Benjamin isn't just a school, it's been my second home for the last 15 years. It has given me everyone I love and taught me everything I know. And while yes, saying goodbye is hard, we are saying goodbye not out of loss but out of necessity. Greatness is waiting for us beyond these walls, and we must go greet it. So from the class of 2025 to our teachers, thank you. Thank you for being the most inspirational, compassionate, and transformative group of role models we've ever encountered. To our parents, thank you for being the reason we have been able to attend such an institution. To our siblings, thank you for your endless love and support through it all. To our friends, thank you for being the people who make the place. And to my classmates, thank you for sharing this journey with me. Whether we've spent every day together or just a few, we've all been part of something uniquely special. I have no doubt that all of your future endeavors will be filled with success and prosperity, and I could wish for no less. So Benjamin, you truly are second to none. And while I may not have grown in height, you've witnessed me grow in just about every other way. So for the last time as a student, go Bucks, and go blue for the next 4. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to turn the podium over to our head of school, Mr. David Faust.
Thank you, Vanessa. Mrs. Klein, trustees, Dr. Sheehan, Mr. Carr, faculty, parents, friends, class of 2025, good evening. Let me start by saying congratulations to the Benjamin School class of 2025 and their parents and the parents of these graduates. Let me also say thank you to the faculty and staff for your passion and dedication in working with these students. Thank you. It's been an extraordinary year, and as I've told you all before, your leadership, perseverance, can-do attitude set the tone for the rest of the school. The entire Benjamin community has been inspired by your Buccaneer spirit. Time and time again, you've demonstrated that the gratification earned from working hard, working together, and working for something larger than oneself is priceless. I must also tell you how impressed I was by your words of thanks and love to your parents, teachers, and peers at Baccalaureate on Wednesday night. I was proud of your willingness to share your gratitude toward those who have made this journey possible. I'm also proud to celebrate your final accomplishment at Benjamin with you today. Job well done. The Benjamin School's mission reads in part, Benjamin inspires its students to develop a coherent set of values that includes a love of learning, personal responsibility, self-motivation, concern for others, and a commitment to serve society. I can confidently say that you've embraced this statement and you have lived this mission. I encourage you to trust these characteristics. They will serve you well in your future endeavors. I also encourage you to continue building on the friendships you have developed during your time here with your peers and your teachers. You have developed a cohort of people that can be invaluable to you, providing objective advice, potentially career opportunities, certainly networking, or perhaps just a friendly voice who understands where you come from. Beyond the relationships you have already established, the 3,000 plus alumni who have come before you provide a deep well of knowledge and connections. Your fellow alumni will prove to be a tremendous resource. Stay in touch. We, the collective Benjamin we, care about you and are eager to continue to supporting you. Graduates, you leave the Benjamin School well prepared and well positioned to succeed. Based on your accomplishments thus far, it is clear that the class of 2025 will continue to make a positive impact for years to come. We are proud of you and can't wait to see where you go next. Congratulations. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Ms. Sasha Klein, Chairman of the Benjamin School Board of Trustees.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight we gather to honor the graduating class of 2025. This is an exciting and busy evening, but I encourage each of you to pause, take a deep breath, and look around. It is impossible not to feel the love and see the pride in the eyes of your fellow students, families, faculty, and distinguished guests. As the chairman of the Board of Trustees, I am truly privileged to address you on this momentous occasion and offer my heartfelt congratulations. Further, on behalf of the board, I want to recognize and express our gratitude to the people who have made a significant impact on our cherished students. To Mr. Faust, our head of school, thank you for your unwavering dedication, inspiring leadership, and steadfast commitment to excellence. To Dr. Sheehan, our assistant head of school, thank you for your steady leadership, constant support of our head of school, and thoughtful care of our students. To Mr. Carr, our head of the upper school, thank you for your vision, commitment, and stewardship of our academic distinction and caring community. And to Mr. Hagee, our head of the middle school, thank you for providing patient guidance during the transition years, which many parents, faculty, and even students will admit can be tricky. And to the faculty, staff, administrators across all divisions, we extend a special thank you. You have offered so much of yourselves to prepare the students for the next phase of their lives. The Board of Trustees is extremely grateful for the mentorship, love, care, patience, and guidance you have provided this remarkable group of students. It takes a community to get to this moment. So, to the families, parents, loved ones, and supporters of the class of 2025, thank you for being willing partners in their journey. We are honored that you shared, partnered, and entrusted each of your cherished loved ones with us. As individuals, in teams, and as a unified class, they have achieved astonishing accomplishments. Their investment in themselves promises bright futures that will bring immense pride and joy to themselves, their loved ones, their classmates, and the entire Benjamin School community. And to the class of 2025, your contributions and legacy at the Benjamin School are profound. You have set an incredibly high standard for the classes that will follow. Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin's mission was to educate the whole child while developing a strong moral compass. Undeniably, as I look around the room tonight, it is on full display, as it has been throughout this year and all your years at the Benjamin School. In conclusion, dear graduates, as you step out into this world, remember that you can achieve greatness. Believe in yourselves, embrace challenges, and never lose sight of your dreams. On behalf of the entire board, I extend my heartfelt congratulations once again. We are immensely proud of you. May your future be filled with success, happiness, and fulfillment. And always remember, climb the mountain so you can see the world, not so the world can see you. And with that, go Bucks. Now it is my pleasure to invite the Upper School Academic Dean, Andrew Curtis, to the podium to present this year's very well-deserving academic honorees. Mr. Curtis?
Good evening, and thank you, Mrs. Klein, for your gracious words. The class of 2025, greetings. On Wednesday at the Senior Awards Baccalaureate program, Mr. Carr announced that this year's valedictorian was Tommy Sini, and that the co-salutatorians were, respectively, Fletcher Cunab and Anthony Viverito. This evening, we have the privilege of hearing from each of them. Yes, delivering the valedictorian and salutatorian speeches means an additional year-end assignment, this one in the form of a speech, but who better to take that effort than these three, who have achieved at such extraordinary levels over their time at the upper school. At this point, I will turn the podium over to Fletcher to be followed uninterrupted by Anthony and then Tommy. Thank you, and now, Fletcher Cunab.
Thank you, Mr. Curtis. Good evening, faculty, family, and fellow graduates. When I was first tasked with writing this speech, I found it particularly difficult to offer any profound advice that would be relevant to the class as a whole. However, I soon realized the best advice I could give is the advice I need to take myself. Therefore, I'd like to start by introducing myself a little more. On entering high school, I decided to strive for academic excellence in hopes of giving myself the best chance to attend the school I wanted. Inherent to this academic success was a multitude of sacrifices I willingly made, as I knew that a sacrifice then would equate to better opportunities in the future. After receiving my acceptance in December, I found myself having achieved what I'd worked so hard for. With the college application season, which I'd waited for with such anticipation, having finally passed, I was immediately faced with the final semester of high school, which I had failed to consider when thinking about my future. Finding myself fortunate enough to be in college, I sought to appreciate every high school experience for the final time, which has left me with the perspective I aim to share today. While setting goals is certainly important, and is the reason I'm speaking here today, I implore you not to allow thoughts of the future to remove you from the present. Often, we become so focused on the destination that we forget to appreciate the journey. This is especially pertinent with the near beginning of college, where we will soon be offered new opportunities, resources, and friends. Amidst the stream of seemingly endless assignments and new responsibilities, don't forget to appreciate the walks across campus, long nights in the library, and laughter shared over dining hall meals, as what once was felt so foreign gradually becomes a place you call home. As many of our parents and siblings reiterate, college passes by quickly, so don't become caught up in the future and miss the fleeting moments. Much like the times we shared at Benjamin, whether it's freshman year football games, our first proms, or signing each other's shirts before senior send-off, these moments are now cherished memories of our high school experiences, and soon enough, we will be experiencing the moments that characterize our college memories, so don't let them pass you by while thinking about the future. Similarly, before the arrival of college, cherish your current life and relationships with loved ones and express gratitude for them, as they will soon change forever. For me, that means thanking my family for instilling the belief that I can achieve anything I set my mind to, which has given me the confidence and freedom to pursue my aspirations. Finally, remember that many of us are living the dreams we once set for ourselves. Whether that be soon attending our dream school or being on this very stage graduating high school, I urge you to recognize your successes, starting with this incredible achievement tonight. Thank you all and congratulations. Now I'm happy to announce my co-salutatorian, Anthony Viverito.
Thank you, Fletcher. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to stand before you all on this momentous occasion. We are at a crossroads, about to turn the page into a new chapter of our lives. A chapter that won't include Mr. Wick's macro classes or the many hours we spent together, whether celebrating a state championship we brought home or simply relaxing with friends. In essence, the many amazing memories we have made during our time here are now in the past and will remain there. The new era we are about to enter demands far more responsibility and focus, presenting us with a barrage of challenges we cannot yet fathom. College, relationships, jobs, family, kids, though we can probably hold off on the last one for a bit. I could have stood here and offered motivational platitudes telling you that we've done it, graduated high school, and that it's smooth sailing from here. But I can confidently say that at some point in all of our lives, life will mercilessly knock us down. I lost my father near the end of middle school, just as I was about to enter high school. It was a difficult time. I was lost. My dad meant everything to me. He guided me and kept me on the right path. It was two forces that brought me back: love and responsibility. Love for my mom, who has always been there for me. Thank you, Mom. I love you. And responsibility. And responsibility to myself and my community. Responsibility is a word that gets tossed around a lot. Indeed, it's one of our school's 12 values. But I mean maximal responsibility, aiming up to the highest conceivable good. That aim will change over time, yet you might as well set your sights on the brightest star in the sky, whether that means becoming a better student, son, daughter, or eventually father or mother. The steps required in this pursuit are demanding. They call for an indomitable work ethic and discipline in all areas of life. It starts with the small things, getting up early for the gym or working a little later into the night, but soon comes to characterize our whole existence. Consistent focus on worthy goals frees us from the shackles of aimlessness and regret. Put simply, discipline equals freedom. As J.R.R. Tolkien wrote in a letter to his son during the bleak days of World War II, what punishments of God are not gifts? Tolkien wasn't celebrating pain for its own sake. He was pointing out that every hardship, every seeming punishment, carries the seed of a blessing if we are willing to wrest purpose from it. The setback we dread today may become the strength we lean on tomorrow. When we recognize that even life's hardships can be transformed into gifts through perseverance, discipline stops feeling like a burden and starts sounding like an invitation to turn suffering into wisdom and exhaustion into purpose. That is why it is in fact a privilege to be tired in the pursuit of a challenge of our own choosing. My dad laid the groundwork for these ideas early on, and I can't begin to describe how important they have been in my life. Though you're not here tonight, Dad, I hope I've made you proud. I love you. It is a sad reality that we often fail to appreciate what we have until it's gone. So make sure to cherish your loved ones, hug them just a little harder, and tell them how much they mean to you, because one day you may not have that chance. I'll conclude by saying that our memories are special precisely because they're in the past. Knowing that life's moments are fleeting gives them meaning and purpose. And the interesting thing about being alive is that no matter what you do, you're all in. The die is cast. This life will end for each of us. And if that's the case, we might as well play the most magnificent game we can while we wait. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce my close friend, our valedictorian, and a formidable opponent in the classroom and in the ring, Tommy Sheeny.
Thank you, Anthony. That was incredible. Good evening, faculty, families, and most importantly, my fellow graduating class. Thank you for being here to mark such a meaningful moment. As Chester and Darrow so brilliantly calculated during their baccalaureate speech, the class of 2025 has spent a collective 492 years on this campus. That's 4 years spent well by all 123 students. 492 years of laughter, late nights, learning, and growth. What began with freshman year nerves has become a mosaic of memories that I'll carry with me forever. We stand here today, facing a future full of surprise and promise while leaving a past behind. A past consisting of years sacrificing blood, sweat, and tears to chase our dreams. Speaking of mine, it was always to graduate at the top of the class. Both this dream and I were humbled early on in my 9th grade English class. Let's just say reality hit harder than I expected, and my thesis statements did not survive the impact. Because of this, my desire to achieve only grew stronger. Sophomore year was a blur of ionic bonds in Dr. Haley's class, Don Quixote and Senor Teheramides, and derivatives with Mr. Ruggie, plus the constant pressure of Scott and Anthony outscoring me. Nothing was more infuriating than Anthony scoring higher than me on a test, although rare, and his smug voice behind me saying, "Come on, Tom." Sorry, Anthony, I'm sure we'll have many more battles in college, although then too will you still probably lose. Junior year only turned up the heat. More APs, SAT prep, and no time for rest. Then came senior year. College essays stacked on top of Senora Salivar's infamous Spanish workbook, La Biblia. But I kept going. And somewhere along the way, I started to believe that hearing my name called as valedictorian would be it. The moment I'd imagined for years. Complete, perfect, and satisfying. And when it came, it felt amazing. The texts from family, the handshakes from teachers, the rush of pride. My heart said, "Oh my goodness, I did it." But then came the silence. And in that silence, a strange feeling. Not peace, not fulfillment, but restlessness. Because even in this moment of triumph, all I could think about was what comes next. The next test, the next challenge, the next title. And that scared me. So I did what any confused high school senior does in 2025. I asked AI. And I asked why my success feels hollow. And ChatGPT outputted numerous quotations, with one catching my eye, by Andy Grove, former CEO of Intel, who said, "Success breeds complacency. Complacency breeds failure. Only the paranoid survive." I was hit by a freight train. It made me reflect. It made me realize that maybe this moment isn't the grand finale I thought it would be. And so here I am, cord around my neck, valedictorian around my gown, standing before a crowd of accomplished peers, and I'll say this, it's not what I once believed it to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly honored and couldn't be more grateful. But I've learned that success is not a destination. It's a snapshot, a flicker, a fleeting instant in a life that keeps moving. Trophies tarnish, titles fade. Even this speech may one day be forgotten. I'm honored to stand among one of the most accomplished graduating classes in Benjamin's history. And while we should take pride in the journey that brought us here, we can't afford to linger too long in our past success. Each morning, we wake up as beginners again. Yesterday's victory doesn't guarantee today's excellence. And yesterday's failure doesn't disqualify us from tomorrow's triumph. In that way, life is beautifully and mercifully fair. Every day, the scoreboard resets. Before I conclude this speech, let's return to those 492 years. That's how much time we've collectively spent becoming who we are. Now I ask, what will the next 492 look like? And the 492 after that? Because that is what matters. Thank you.
Vanessa, you could have asked for the box. Thank you, Tommy, and congratulations. Good evening, distinguished guests, members of the Board of Trustees, parents, family, faculty, and especially the members of the class of 2025. We are honored to be with you this evening as we celebrate the Benjamin School's 47th commencement. The final individual awards that we present each year prior to the presentation of the diplomas are the 2 Founders Cups. Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin had a particular vision when they founded our school 65 years ago. Central to that vision was the hope that students who attended the school would grow both in wisdom and in character. Each year, the faculty of the upper school selects 1 senior boy and 1 senior girl as recipients of the Founders Cups. The students selected for this honor are recognized by the faculty as students who exemplify the very best of what it means to be a member of the Benjamin School community. I am honored to present, on behalf of the upper school faculty, this year's honorees, 2 students who have, over the course of their time here, truly lived the ideals that Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin envisioned when they first started the school. The winner of the Nancy Benjamin Founders Cup awarded this year is Kate Hilsenrath. And the winner of the Marshall Benjamin Founders Cup Award this year is Chester Coles. Well done, and congratulations to both of our Founders Cup recipients. Mr. Carr, now to you for the presentation of the diplomas.
Moving right along here. Good evening, everybody. Great to have you here in Benjamin Hall to celebrate this crew. We will now proceed to the awarding of diplomas. Mr. Faust and Mrs. Klein, please proceed to your appointed spots on stage. And as they get to their spots, I would now like to ask the first row of seniors to stand for the awarding of the school diplomas. Tommaso Cini. Fletcher Morrissey Caneb. Anthony Robert Viverito. Oh, it's okay. It's good. Vanessa Nicole Zito. Caleb Layton Arwood. Eliza Mason Beasley Ashley. Jerron Darius Atwater, Jr. Ella Ashlyn Bailey. Madeline Soleil Barraquette. Darrow Hideki Becker. Chase William Bennett. Elizabeth Reed Bischoff. Drew Evan Buchanan. Olivia Catherine Caiazzo. Winford Piercy Cash. Andrew Cole Cato. Ethan J. Cave. Chester Bolslaw Coles. Alexander Vincent Colucci. Brianna Grace Cousin. Ava Crawford. Frederica Harriet Deloe. Wilhelmina Molly Deloe. Second row. We tried. Elizabeth Louise Davies. Giancarlo Filippo DeLeo. Preston Isaac Douglas. Cameron Sean Feiner. Mackenzie Finn Feiner. Malia Jordan Fink. David Neil Freer III. Madison Elena Fullerton. Dylan Lee Firschman. Gabriella Marie Gambale. Gavin Braden Galinas. Isabella Nikki Jocelyn Giovanni. Jackson Ramsey Golucky. Jia Guan. Avi Jaffa Gulati. Hutch Maverick Gumbener. Rachel Eileen Howeisen. Caden Clifford Hayes. Samantha Hill. Kate Olivia Hilsenrath. Dylan Thomas Hoban. Maddox Olin Hoffman. Linton Easley Hughes. Kian M. Interlandi. Kai Tawil Callip. Vaibhav Kartik. Leah Isabel Klein. Wesley David Labons. John Patrick Lacey. Sawyer Jackson Lefebvre. Athena Jewel Lekas. Luke Garrett Leonard. Christian G. Lepore. Isaac Thomas Lindsay. Daniel Istvan Lovis. Stryker Hawk Momberg. Jonathan William Mankin. James Stephen Marshall. Tully Christina Martin. Isabella Josephine Marks. Haley Ann McCabe. Chloe Madison McGann. Virginia Sanford McGrail. Rebecca Hope Merkel. Lucille Grace Molnar. Morgan J.C. Nanarone. Alexander Wellington Napier. Jack Dominic Nicoletta. Scott Alexander Noble. Chase McAllister Odom. Oliver Axel Olson White. Rachel Lynn Petrelli. Matthew Ross Pfaff. Sailor Kendall Plasman. Alexander John Ponchak. Calvin Morgan Ponce. Victoria Summer Powell. Olivia Puglisi. Ryland Gates Rabel. Landon Thomas Rapkowitz.
Good yourself? Good.
Remember when I met you in Concord in Maine? I said, who's this guy? BSC, crazy baby, BSC. All right, nice job. Owen Donald Reinhardt. Francesca Rizzuto. Eleanor Grace Rooney. Seamus Patrick Rooney. Rachel Lynn Rotter. Baron James Ryba. Roland Travis Som. Eleanor Catherine Samarius. Samson Fisher Scarola.
Good, you got it.
Matthew Stephen Shep. Michaela Lou Scotto. Miguel Surin Sen. Sean Michael Sheehan. Andrew Gerard Shem. Emily Addison Simon. Matthias Petter Skanse. Lauren Marie Sly. Joshua Christopher Smith. Tucker Francis Smith. Hannah Kate Wynn Sofin. Samuel Lucas Solomon. Sage Alexandra Sorensen. Leanna Nella Spada. Cooper Turner Suku. Louisa Jane Swank. Proud of you. Madeline Ray Taub. Well done. Congratulations. Great job. Kenneth Adam Tepper. Savannah Bella Thompson. Christopher Michael Ty. The third. Angelina Christine Townsend. Pavel Alexander Czar. Jaden Gabriel Vega. Jonathan Vidal. Gage McNichol Wallace. Mackenzie Ray Walsh. Jacob Aaron Weinberg. Riley Olivia Weinberger. Michael E. Winfield II. Sam Alexis Woods. Natasha Treyas Yednak. Congratulations to the class of 2025. As Natasha tries to find room to sit up there, I would ask that the entire class now stand and await their final instructions from Mr. Faust.
Congratulations. Please shift your tassels right to left as I speak. Class of 2025, by the power conferred on me by the Benjamin School Board of Trustees, I now pronounce you alumni. Congratulations. Do you know how we're exiting?
What's that?
You know how we're exiting?
Yeah.
I'm following you.
I don't know where my cat is. Oh well.
One final time, a huge congratulations to the class of 2025. And thank you all for being part of this very special evening. Good night, go safely, and go Bucks. Well done, you guys. No, Kathy will go first. Yes. When Mr. Britt, yeah, big one. One, two,